Good morning, everybody. It's time to cook breakfast. So what I'm going to show you today is kind of my Huevos Rancheros, kind of. I know I said kind of twice, but it's kind of Huevos Rancheros. So what we're going to do is you're going to get some, what I use are leafy greens. So this makes it super easy. You can also use chopped spinach or kale. Anything that's basically frozen. You can also use fresh if you want, but I'm super lazy and I think that this cooks really fast. So what you're going to do is just take some spray oil, spray your pan. I already started it just to cut down on some time here. So spray down your pan, put some leafy greens in, maybe like a cup or 2 cups depending on how much you really like greens, and I love greens. And you're going to put this on high heat. So what that's going to do is just defrost it, get some of the moisture out, let that kind of sit for a second. Then you're going to take some black beans, and I literally use about like a tablespoon, maybe 2 tablespoons. And this just adds a little bit of extra carbs and fiber into it. And I feel that this helps sustain me a little bit longer throughout the day so I don't crash super early. You can use more or less depending on your how well you handle beans or carbs, because these don't actually count as a carb. So I just throw those in when those are still defrosting and just kind of toss this around a little bit every so often. Some moisture is going to leave that, and that's exactly what you want. You want to kind of toss this around until it's a little bit dry. So that's going to be just like about a minute more. So let's introduce you to our other ingredients. So I use some salsa, and you can put as much or as little as you want in there. And what I do is, once I put it in there, I just kind of let it cook down a little bit, so again, it's not too soggy. And then we're going to use our friends' organic omega-3 eggs. So what the thing about eggs is, there's like a lot of controversy about eggs out there, but a few studies have come out recently showing that 1 egg or even 3 eggs a day on a lower carb diet doesn't do anything to your cholesterol levels, anything negative to your cholesterol levels. In fact, omega-3s can be really beneficial for your entire health. So whenever you're buying eggs, try as much as you can to go with organic omega-3, because it's really beneficial for you. And it also has a lot of really good nutrients in there, like choline for brain health and lutein for eye health. So our greens are about done. So what I'm going to do, not yet, I'm getting ahead of myself, just pour some salsa in there. Okay, so I just put about maybe a 1/4 cup of salsa in there. I think I'm being generous, actually. Maybe that's a 1/2 cup. I'm so bad with measurements, actually, which is kind of funny that I'm doing a cooking video. Just eye it, just eyeball it. So just toss that around a little bit, and it doesn't take very long to cook. Make sure you watch it, because it actually can burn even though it was frozen. I've done it many times before. Good, let that cook down a little bit. So a lot of people will probably ask, you know, I'm so used to eating my cereal or my oatmeal and that kind of stuff. Let me tell you guys, when I first went off of cereal, it's like an addiction. Those carbs in the morning, and you crave that crunch and the fiber and all that kind of stuff. Fiber's great. You can get a lot of fiber right in here. But I stopped crashing in the afternoon when I switched my breakfast over to greens and eggs. It really does help a lot. And there's a lot of other options that we'll go over a little bit later if this gets boring to you. So that's about done now. So just make sure it's heated all the way through, because obviously your salsa is not preheated. And yeah, that's good. Okay, turn your heat off before you pull the pan off. And just pour that into your bowl. Now, like we said before, I'm lazy, so I don't even clean that off. I turn the heat back on. I spray it down again. So this is medium heat now. We were on high heat before, okay? All you're gonna do, pop open your eggs. I grab 2. I eat 2 a day. Full ones, not even egg whites. I know, girls are supposed to eat egg whites. But, you know what? The fat really helps to sustain me for a little bit longer. And fat isn't bad for you, okay? So what's bad for you are trans fats. Trans fats that are in like deep fried things and processed foods and that kind of stuff. these kinds of fats aren't necessarily bad for you. If you're worried about it, do 1 yolk and 1 white, okay? But I don't think you should worry about that too much. So, right now I'm just going to wash my hands really quick. Stay here. Okay, yay! No salmonella for us. So, all you're going to do is just, I like sunny side up here, which is, this is interesting to show you. It's just basically, you just crack them in there, let them cook. I add a little bit of salt and pepper. I like the freshly ground pepper because I like coarse, chunky pepper. You can use whatever you want. You know what else is pretty good on eggs? Is you pour a little bit of cayenne pepper on there, or turmeric, and those are really great for antioxidant benefits as well as to kind of rev up your metabolism a little bit. So you just let those cook down, and what we're going to do once those cook down is just put them right on top of our greeny goodness, and just cut them so that the yolk runs all over it, and it's delicious. So that's it, guys. That's a really easy way to start mixing up your breakfast a little bit and helping you to get out of the carb craziness that is cereal and oatmeal. Okay? I'll check in with you guys a little bit later.